A couple of weeks ago, the AION became the OAN. And with that, they launched several new, like a whole new set of goals and capabilities on their platform. One of the things that I was really super happy to see was the fact that they're focusing a little bit of that effort on privacy. You guys know how I love privacy coins. I love privacy just in general. So let's take a look at what they're up to right after this. Crypto Z. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Just to kind of prove that I kind of walk the walk here and don't just talk the talk, let's look at what I am actually mining. If I can find it, here it is. So I'm mining AION. I'm still mining AION. I've been mining AION for a while now. And yeah, this is locked, of course, but I was going to show you my wallet, show you that I have coins going into the mining wallet. Unlock this real quick, hopefully. Maybe not. I don't know what this thing is doing. It says not responding. Nice. All right. So anyway, I'll just go over that part. But yeah, so I'm mining AION and everything's going pretty well over there. Let me close down my Outlook here. There we go. It opens. So here we go. Here's my mining wallet. Got a little bit of AION in there. And there's been a lot of, other YouTubers doing, not a lot, but there's been some other YouTubers doing videos such as Red Panda Mining on staking. So be sure to check out that video. Pretty cool stuff. He did a great job with that video. So I'll share that in the chat over here real quick. Y'all can see that. So be sure to check that out. And hope everyone is doing awesome. You all know how I like privacy, like I was saying earlier. Privacy coins, privacy issues, just the whole thing, anything to do with privacy, I'm an advocate for. In this video, I want to discuss a new capability released for the Open Application Network, what used to be AION, and regarding how they're the building of privacy features on their platform. The OAN's overall focus is on fixing platform problems, and thankfully, one of those problems has been identified as end user privacy. Privacy is incredibly important to me, and it should be to all of you as well. And if you go scoot back a little bit in time here, I tweeted back in January, I believe, about this a little bit. Web services like Facebook, Amazon, Uber, Shopify, and even devices such as your smart TV or your smart router all essentially steal your information and feed it upstream to data mining companies that act as brokers to sell it for profit if they don't sell it outright themselves, or if they don't use all that information themselves to profit. So this tweet from back in January, I've often said, if there's one thing blockchains could be good for, it's allowing a user to own their own data again. They can take back control of it. I'm not one of those guys that thinks that blockchains can solve every problem. Maybe I was at first. Whenever you first get into it, you're like, man, everywhere you look, it's like, hey, that problem can be solved by blockchain. But I'm a little bit educated and aware enough now to realize that that's not the case. But it's just one of those things. So I don't think that blockchains can provide a solution to every problem under the sun, but it definitely can solve the privacy and data ownership problem through cryptography. Nowadays, if you use a service and that service collects data on you, your location, your habits, your views, your likes, that data is now stored on their servers. And it is essentially no longer your data, even though it's your personal information. They can do whatever they want with it. Sell it, run algorithms on it, analyze it, feeding you all kinds of information. If this data was stored on a blockchain that only the user had access to via their private key, unless they wanted to allow others to see it, that'd be an extremely useful innovation. And that is something that the OAN is working on. The open applications built on the OAN will be able to allow users to cryptographically control their data, so developers can use these tools to develop apps for services that abuse user privacy and hand data controls back to the user, which is essentially stripping the service of their rights to that data, whatever the service is. The OAN now has the privacy test network with an AION virtual machine, which they released earlier in the year, that acts like the one on mainnet, allowing apps to be built on it and tested thoroughly. Developers can even validate ZK snarks on this test chain, which is kind of a unique offering. Crypto can sometimes be really hard to explain, and ZK snarks are nearly impossible to explain, even to those that are kind of in the know on blockchain technology. But I'm going to give it a shot and try to break it down. So ZK snarks stands for Zero Knowledge Succinct Non-Interactive Argument of Knowledge. And that's a whole mouthful there, but if you break it down into what exactly it is, it kind of makes sense. And it starts with zero knowledge protocol. It starts with a zero knowledge protocol that allows secure communication without knowing each other's secrets and prevents others from even knowing what you're exchanging information about. This protocol has to be agreed upon before secure communication can even take place. In a zero knowledge communication, there's a verifier and a prover, and allows the prover to prove they know a secret without revealing to the verifier what that secret actually is. It's trustless. As I stated a minute ago, there's also an agreed upon protocol between two parties where one can prove the possession of secret information without revealing that information and with no interaction with the other party. The verifier does not have to trust the prover, and the prover doesn't have to trust the verifier. And that's the glory of ZK snarks. The protocol is what has to be trusted by both parties. How you set it up, how the communication protocol is set up, is the only thing that has to be trusted. They would have to set the stage so that they both agree the outcome is legitimate and acceptable. An example would be having someone prove they are Satoshi by cryptographically signing a message from one of the known Satoshi wallets. So I wanted to kind of try to give an example of how ZK snarks works with the scenario of Satoshi proving identity. All right, so let me see if I can set this up. You can see on the screen here where this is block 2 of the BTC blockchain. And this occurred back on January 8th, 2009. And you can see a little bit of information about what went on here. You can see that it was a 50 BTC block reward. That's what the transaction was. And it was Coinbase, which means that it was unspent coins that were issued as a reward for mining, right? So that's what Coinbase means. And incoming to the wallet was 50 BTC. All right. So if you were going to prove, and right here it says miner, who confirmed the transactions in the block. So if we click on that, it says unknown, but if we click on that, it takes us to the address that received those 50 BTC. All right. So if you were going to prove that you were Satoshi, there's a really high probability that this particular wallet that we're looking at here was Satoshi's. It was January 8th of 2009. I mean, there's not very much of a possibility that it's anyone else's. And I believe that this is one of the wallets. Satoshi had a lot of wallets, okay? But I'm pretty sure that this particular wallet was one that they've identified as being most likely owned by Satoshi. So if you look at the address here, if you were going to prove that you were Satoshi, then you would need to sign a transaction, sign a message from a wallet that had access to this address. Okay, which means that you would have to know the private keys. You would have to know the private key or the seed words or whatever, in order to actually access this address cryptographically. Right? You can send to it, and you can see that there's 22 transactions here, but that's because people, out of whatever reason, they just think it's kind of cool to send small amounts. Most of them are small amounts. They've sent to this wallet just to say that they have it's kind of like an interaction with Satoshi, right? So if you send a little bit of BTC to Satoshi's wallet, it's kind of a cool thing, anyway, it's probably just, one of those things that people just enjoy for whatever reason. Okay. Long story short, if you were to set this up and you wanted to prove, or you wanted a person to prove that they were Satoshi by using this wallet, then the scenario would be, okay, you would probably want to, the protocol part of this would probably be you, the verifier, saying, okay, here's the scenario. I'm going to provide a computer, laptop, whatever, with a wallet that I downloaded that I know is Bitcoin Core, and there's no, like the GUI wallet or the Electrum or whatever wallet is capable of signing a message cryptographically. So you're going to establish that situation. You're going to establish that environment for the person who is claiming to be Satoshi, right? Then, so that way you are agreeing, and you both are going to agree on this protocol, that if someone can digitally sign a message using this little environment that you've created, then that proves that they are Satoshi, right? And you both agree to that. So you set up the computer, Satoshi wannabe, whatever the person is saying that they're Satoshi, comes in, and if they can actually send a digitally signed message cryptographically from this wallet address that you can verify on your end, so they're going to send that message to you, then you both agree this person is Satoshi, right? Now there's a lot of other factors, but that's kind of like, in general, that's what's going on with ZK Snarks. It's basically knowing that it's you learning, it's you, the verifier, learning that someone else knows something without them showing you what that something is. Another good example, I'm going to try to do 3 examples. Another good example is, let's say that you're standing, you and one other person is standing at the mouth of a cave, and I've heard this example. I don't remember where I heard it before, but I'd like to give credit, to the people that I read this from, but I don't remember where I heard this from. So you're standing at the mouth of a cave. The cave has one entrance, but it circles around the back. So, and in the middle of the back, there is a door with a combination. You don't know the combination to that lock, but this other person is claiming that they do. So you go through the cave, you realize, okay, there's a door here that I can't come out the other side, right? Actually, I think I said there was a mouth, but there's 2 entrances, right? One over here, there's a door in between with a combination lock. So you can't get through there, but you know that if someone can get through there, then they obviously know the combination. So the person that you're wanting to verify, the prover, goes through the one cave entrance, and they come out the other cave exit. So that proves that they know the combination to the door without revealing that combination to you. So hopefully that makes sense. Another really great example that I read today, and I really need to give credit where credit's due here, but another really good example is Alice and Bob, right? So Alice always brags about being able to solve a Rubik's Cube, and Bob wants to verify that she actually can. So they set up a scenario, but another important part of this is Alice doesn't want to show Bob that she knows how to do it, or the sequence, right? So she doesn't want to reveal the sequence. So they set up a scenario like this. They have basically a black box that has, you can look through the top of it, and it's got sides where you can reach into it. So what's going to happen is Bob has the Rubik's Cube that is scrambled, right? So he inserts it into the box. Alice, who is the one bragging about being able, thanks Bryce for the subscription there. So Alice reaches into the box. She's the one that brags about being able to, you know, solve the Rubik's Cube. So she reaches into the box, looks through the hole, solves the Rubik's Cube, pulls it out. Bob now verifies, yep, you definitely know it, but she didn't reveal to Bob how she did it. So that's basically how ZK Snarks kind of works. I know it's kind of weird, but it's a really hard thing to explain. Hopefully that kind of makes it, you know, at least somewhat, you know, digestible in a lot of ways. But on the networks, you would say, you know, I'm not a developer, so I don't know how this would work on the development side, but I would assume that it's got to do with privacy and being able to prove identities and things like that on the network without that person actually revealing what the private information is. And that's how the developers are going to use that information, the ZK Snarks type environment, or that information, that technology, in order to build applications on top of the OAN. So hopefully that makes sense. I know I was kind of rambling there a little bit, but hopefully that kind of, you know, gets a little bit of the point across about what ZK Snarks actually are. So yeah, back to this, kind of funny, you know, Red Panda and I did that video actually on this, where we went through a scenario. I did a video and then he did a follow-up video on signing, how to sign and verify blockchain messages. And this is basically the same scenario. You can check out that video. Let me share it real quick here. If you check out that video, it kind of even gives a little bit more information about what we were just talking about with the whole, how would you prove it, right? You know, again, you would have to agree on the protocol, which is, you know, if this does go as planned, if you can meet these requirements, then I'm going to agree that you are who you say you are, or you know this private information or this secret that I don't know, right? So you just have to set it up like that. So there's the protocol, and then there's the actual approver and the verifier. So those are my little quick examples there. Hopefully that was a little quick. So as far as the let's see, let me catch up to where I'm at here. I think I'm on right here. As far as the OAN goes, straight from their Medium post, I believe this is right here. Straight from their Medium post, they say, in the context of blockchains, Snarks enable developers to design applications that gate on-chain state transitions based on cryptographic arguments of knowledge of some witness without revealing the witness. So that's a real technical way of explaining all the nonsense that I just talked about. So the examples. But that's how a developer would look at it, right? So to help developers create these privacy apps on this platform, the OAN also forked the Socrates toolkit and modified it so it would work with the AION virtual machine. So this is a toolkit you would use for Snarks on the OAN. They've also created a proof of work only sandbox. There's not proof of stake available yet, called THEOAN Test Network. That's an incubator for prototype implementations of privacy preserving primitives such as ZK Snarks and other applications. To me, being a privacy advocate, this is like really exciting stuff to see coming out of a project that I've followed for so long, and it's kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of new for them, right? But they're analyzing the environment and seeing what they need to come up with in order to, you know, help the platform problems that they are seeing in our little crypto space here. So it's really neat to see them kind of start focusing on privacy. That is super exciting to me. And the OAN they're going to be releasing more guides and tutorials and things like that regarding this whole privacy features and model that you can build on. They're going to be doing that pretty soon. So if you're a developer, be sure to stay in touch with the Open Application Network. I think it's THEOAN.com. So head over there and make sure you check that out and stay on top of that. And also, if you're a miner or a staker, also check them out because they have information for that as well. So let me check the chat real quick, see what y'all are up to. Hey, what's up, Crypto at Night? there's 11 team. Yeah, I know. I put out a lot of videos, it seems. All right, cool stuff. Thanks for everybody tuning in, man. I appreciate it. All right, so let's end on a really good note because, you know, the market isn't all that great or anything. So let's look at a really awesome thing to think about whenever the market is down and hash rates are down and profits are down on mining. What really happens that's really cool for GPU miners is prices come down. And that's the bright side of GPU crypto mining. Whenever things aren't going great and the sentiment is not good, then you have decreased prices, and that's a really strong or that's a really cool thing that you can take advantage of whenever things. Now, this is not any kind of advice or anything, but I'm just saying, you know, if you want to build a rig, the prices are pretty low right now, so just keep that in mind. There's always something, you know, a bright side to look at, right? And some even more good news. The guys over at AION Pool, Yashnik, CryptoZ, and ICU2 are doing a series of giveaways to reward their users with some sweet stuff to celebrate the Unity launch. That was the hybrid proof of stake, proof of work, consensus mechanism recently released by AION or THEOAN. But they're giving away some stuff to celebrate the Unity launch. Their staking pool setup, which, you know, they put a lot of effort into that. They've also paid out $2 million in AION to miners, and they've already staked 3,000 blocks that have been validated on the proof of stake side, the delegated staking side. The first part of the weekly rolling giveaway will be an EVGA GeForce GTX 1060 6GB version, apparently, GPU, and that was donated by the Discord moderator called Fold'em. And to qualify for, let me pull this over here real quick. I think I'll be safe to do this. So to qualify for the giveaway, just join the AION Pool Discord. Let me grab that link real quick. Throw that into the chat. All right, so there's the link to Discord. So all you'll want to do is head over to their Discord and react to the giveaway bot with a ta-da. So you can see down here where it has the little party ta-da thing. See where it says ta-da? So you would just click that, and that would enter you in the giveaway. Apparently they're using a giveaway bot, which I think was pretty cool. It's got the, you know, what it is here, 6 GB. It is used, obviously, probably mined on, I would assume. But that doesn't mean that it's not a good GPU, because it's just electronics. I mean, as long as you keep, you know, as long as you paste it, the thermal paste, as long as you redo that from time to time, you should be good. You know, it's just electrons running through circuits. That's it. So it really doesn't, as long as you're not like overheating it, you know, or letting it run without a fan or whatever, you know, there's all kinds of little things, but it's probably a good GPU, and for free, that's, you can't get any better than that. And this giveaway will be open until 6:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the US this coming Sunday, December 1st. And the winner will be announced at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know how they're announcing it though. If there's any in here, let me know how you are actually announcing. Yeah, CryptoZ, how are you announcing the winner? Is it just right there under here in the giveaway section here, or the giveaway channel? I would assume probably, or just right here will probably be where you'll find out. So you got to join the Discord, go to the giveaways channel here, and then click the little ta-da down here to be entered. You can see that there's 29, so the possibility of you winning is still pretty good. So be sure to do that. And if you found this video helpful or at least somewhat entertaining, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Let's keep this conversation going down in the comments. Tell me what you think about the OAN, how they're attacking privacy issues, and just what you think about overall. It could be something totally unrelated too, though. But let's just keep the conversation going. And stay savage, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I will see y'all next time. Let me check the chat, see if y'all want me to hang out for a minute. Okay, so it's going to be announced in the giveaway channel. Yeah, I want to try to keep my videos a little bit shorter than they have been. This one's 26 minutes. That's not too bad. So I will see you guys next time. Stay savage, everybody.